the newspaper analysis, I would like to request all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook channel, and please follow us on all our social media channels. The regular classroom program, the next batch starts on February 1. The registration, online registration for the same is taking place at www.icdkollam.in. Those who are interested to join may register online so that we shall send you the detailed prospectus. So, we shall start with our news analysis, the Hindu dated January 19. So, Covaxin to be used in cases of not to be used in case of allergy, fever and poor immunity, wants the producer Bharat Biotech. I am proceeding. Covaxin not to be used in cases of allergy, fever and poor immunity. The vaccination program is started, and the world is very curiously looking at the vaccines produced in India, because that is claimed to be the cheapest vaccine when compared to all the vaccines produced across the world. So, the efficacy of the vaccine is what the world is looking at. So, hopefully the vaccines produced by us may not have any adverse reactions. These are all possibilities. In Norway, 30 people died after receiving vaccination, but the authorities say that all the people who died have got medical contingencies even otherwise. So, there is no proof that it is the vaccination that played the villain. So, we got to have very clear cut data for analysis and for arriving at conclusions. Hopefully the vaccination program in India will become very successful. India's credentials in vaccination programs cannot be questioned by anybody else, because we do 4 universal vaccination programs and all have been remarkable successes. Only police should take a call on tractor rally, says the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has said that whether the farmers be permitted for conducting a rally on January 26 in the roads of Delhi, that will be decided upon by the police and not by the court. The farmers unions have welcomed the decision of the Supreme Court. Now everyone is looking what decision will the Delhi police take. The farmers said that they will conduct a rally with 1 lakh tractors. So, in one area of Delhi the international event is taking place, on the other side the real India will be striking. So, we have to wait and see what turns will take on that particular event, and what decisions will the police would take. The first question is given to you. The first inland container depot, ICD, not ICD of ours, in country is all set to commence coastal movement of cargo in which place? I am sorry. Is it Kochi? Is it Varanasi in UP? Is it Dhubri in Assam? Is it Haldia in West Bengal? Is it Kottayam in Kerala? The first inland container depot. Answer please quickly. Okay, I have started getting the answers. 3 responses I have so far, and all say 5. Yes, the answer is correct. It is Kottayam, Kerala. The first inland container depot in the country is all set to commence coastal movement of cargo in Kottayam, Kerala. Listen, the cost of cargo transportation will come down remarkably. The other thing is that we can decongest our roads. These are the benefit of having cargo movements making through waters. So, the first inland container depot of the country is to commence in Kottayam, Kerala. Kottayam port to move cargo. In a major boost to its operations, Kottayam port, the first inland container depot in the country, is all set to commence coastal movement of cargo to and fro Kochi on a regular note by next month. So, please read, it is a very important news item. Okay. Poison and prison. The write-up in question is the arrest of Alexei Navalny, opposition leader in Russia. See, Russia has always been a mysterious country, and it is a mock democracy. If anybody is in power for a very, very long period, then the tendency of that particular ruler will be to continue as long as possible, and that will move on to a kind of a dictatorship under the guise of democracy. Russian authorities have repeatedly tried to play down the political importance of Alexei Navalny, the opposition politician who was poisoned in Siberia 5 months ago. Alexei Navalny is a strong critic of Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, and he, while was on a campaign trip to Siberia, and the Siberian airport he was poisoned, and the poison, the nerve agent poison, was given through a cup of coffee. He all of a sudden immediately collapsed and was taken to Germany, where he recuperated, and now he is back to Moscow. And on his arrest, in a dramatic way, the Russian police arrested him. And if any power, any person or government in authority power wants to erase opposition, then that is the first step towards dictatorship. President Vladimir Putin, while answering questions from reporters in December on the poison attack, said, "Who needs him anyway?" This is the attitude of a very typical dictator. But the arrest of the 44-year-old Kremlin critic upon his return to Moscow on Sunday, he left the country in a coma from a near fatal chemical attack, only belies such claims. If he is arrested, it means that both Kremlin and Vladimir Putin believe that he is a person who matters. So please read the editorial, and how a powerful leader who has been able to cling to power for a long time shows the tendency to become a very true dictator. Read. The next question: who among the following is not a member of the Supreme Court appointed committee to talk to the protesting farmers to solve the farmers' strike against the farm laws? Who among the following is not a member? Who among the following is not a member of the Supreme Court appointed committee to talk to the protesting farmers to solve the farmers' strike against the farm laws? Give me the answer, please. Is it Anil Ghanwat, Ashok Gulati, Pramod Joshi or Bhupinder Singh Maan, or none of these? Who among the following is not a member? That is a question. Yes, let the responses come. We know that the Supreme Court recently appointed a committee which was supposed to speak to farmers to find the ways out to amicably settle the farmers' strike. There are people who believe that Supreme Court's intervention was unnecessary. The farmers very clearly said that they will not go. Even a single person who is striking will go and meet the committee. And they said that all the members of the committee are people who have supported the farm laws. So they are not mediators, they are not people who are sitting in the middle, they are people having bias. Yes, please. What is the answer? Who among the following is not a member of the Supreme Court appointed committee? The answer is the fourth option, Bhupinder Singh Maan. Bhupinder Singh Maan rescued himself from the panel in solidarity with Farmers Union. He was chosen a member, but he rescued himself. He did not join the committee. He rescued himself from the panel in solidarity with the Farmers Union. So our answer is the fourth option, Bhupinder Singh Maan. Okay, I am proceeding. Supreme Court appointed panel to meet farmers groups from January 21. The committee appointed by the Supreme Court will start meeting farmers groups from Thursday according to one of its members. The three of us will hold our first meeting tomorrow afternoon, probably at Pusa campus of the National Agricultural Science Complex. We will decide on our plan and modalities for consultation with the stakeholders as directed by the Supreme Court. We will hold the first meeting with farmers groups on January 21. Okay. Anil Ghanwat is one member. Ashok Gulati, the former chairman of Committee of Agriculture, Cost and Prices. Pramod Joshi, former South Asia Director of International Food Policy Research Institute, and Bhupinder Singh Maan, who heads his own faction, Bharatiya Kisan Union. He has rescued himself from the panel in solidarity with protesting farm unions demanding repeal of 3 farm reform laws. So he is not a member of the panel. WhatsApp use a matter of choice, says High Court. Courts tend to say that people can choose whether they want to use WhatsApp or not. So the issue is that WhatsApp decided, and WhatsApp has been asking people to agree to a fresh list of conditions, and if we agree, we will be agreeing allowing WhatsApp to use our personal data to be shared with Facebook and other social media channels. WhatsApp said that they would use only for marketing purposes. Our personal data and finance data would not be shared. But there has been a huge protest against WhatsApp's latest decision. People have been moving away from WhatsApp to new social media friendship platform, messaging platform like Signal. In this context, WhatsApp had given a full page ad in all the newspapers across India. The matter has gone to many courts in India. Now the High Court, Delhi High Court says that if you feel WhatsApp is likely to compromise with your data, leave WhatsApp. The courts must have been more strict in controlling social media applications. rather in place of an observation of this kind, the courts must have taken a stricter view of the matter, that privacy must have given primacy over business. People have got fundamental rights. We have got a right not to get intruded into our privacy, and this is a kind of this is not a kind of a choice, rather choice between WhatsApp and not WhatsApp, but the company should honor. Anyway, the company has decided to postpone their last date from February 8 to some days in May, but anyway we require stricter actions on social media sites like WhatsApp. Question number 3. Who among the following has been the chairperson of the committee to take a look at the age of marriage for women? Is it Nirmala Sitharaman, Jaya Jaitley, Jayanti Patnaik, Dr. Mohini Giri? Dr. Mohini Giri. Dr. Mohini Giri, Dr. Girija Vyas, what's your answer? A very important question. Yes, your answer is correct. It is Jaya Jaitley. It's a very important question. Finance Minister in her last budget proposed a panel on the age of a girl entering motherhood to lower maternity rates and to improve nutritional levels. But when the decision to appoint a task force was announced, its terms of reference included examining the correlation of age of marriage and motherhood with the health and nutritional status of mothers and infants. So there was a change in terms of reference when the panel was actually appointed. What was envisaged in the budget was that the age of a girl entering motherhood will be checked by a panel, but when the actual panel was appointed, its terms of reference included examining the correlation of age of marriage and motherhood. Many women's groups have complained, started protesting against the terminology. There is a chance that the marriageable age of women will be increased from 18 presently to 21, equating itself with the age of men. These women's unions say that such a law will force many women to marry without the consent of their parents. Anyway, a very delicate issue to be very carefully dealt with. Task Force on Marriage Age submits report to Prime Minister's office. The task force set up to take a relook at the age of marriage for women has submitted its report to Prime Minister's office and the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It is reliably learned. A government source said the report was submitted either the late December or very early in January. Chairperson of the committee, Jaya Jaitley, refused to comment on the contents of the report submitted after a delay of 5 months. When the panel was formed in June last year, it was given the time till July 31, 2020, but it finalized the report and submitted only in December late or January beginning. A person close to the development said the report contains concrete suggestion on all aspects. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his Independence Day speech last year spoke about a panel formed to decide the right age of marriage for women. Look, women rights activists have opposed the suggestion of raising the age of marriage from 18 to 21 for women and have cited evidence to show that such a move may be used to incarcerate young adult marrying without parents' consent. So that's it. There are different points of view, different concerns which are to be addressed before any change is made in law. Legal issue delaying Mallaya's extradition. Vijay Mallya is in UK. He has siphoned out money from Indian banks to the tune of around 9,000 crore, and now India is trying to extradite Vijay Mallya. The UK government has told the Indian side that businessman Vijay Mallya cannot be extradited until confidential legal issue concerning him is resolved. The centre informed the Supreme Court on Monday. Okay, so we have to wait to see whether Vijay Mallya, the former Rajya Sabha MP and the business tycoon in India, a business tycoon with interest in many diversified business areas, whether he will be taken back to India and put through the trial in India. We have to wait and see what is going to happen. The fourth question, which among the following is not a first associated with Kamala Harris? We know that there are plenty of first associated with Kamala Harris. Which among the following is not? She is the first female Vice President of United States of America. She is the first black woman to become the Vice President of USA. She is the first woman of South Asian descent to become the Vice President of USA. She is the first African American to become the Vice President of USA. None is an exception. Meaning everything is true with regard to her. Which is your answer? I have started getting responses. I need more. Okay, the answer is all the above are correct. All the information regarding Kamala Harris is correct. So none is none of these. None is the answer. None is an exemption. So the fifth option, she is the first African American to become the Vice President of USA. She is the first African American to become the Vice President of USA. Okay, so we shall move further. Kamala Harris prepares for White House role. She will make history when she becomes the nation's first female vice president and the first black woman and the first woman of South Asian descent to hold that office. To this I have added one more information. She is the first African American to become the Vice President of USA. China's economy grows 2.3%, slowest pace in 44 years. China said on Monday that the nation's economy expanded in 2020 by 2.3%, the slowest pace since the end of Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution in 1976. But China adds that amongst the major economies, Chinese economy is the only economy that grows. All other economies, including that of ours, are expected to contract during the financial year, but China is slowly going back and is maintaining the growth despite all the adversities. Please read. Question number 5. Which among the following is the world's largest sugar producing country in the world? time is up. The time is up. Please answer. Yes, it is Brazil which is the answer. Brazil is the largest sugar producing country in the world, and India is the second largest. India is the second largest sugar producer. The sixth question, I move on to the next one. Which among the following is the largest sugar producing state in India? Largest sugar producing state in India. Which is the largest sugar producing state in India? The largest sugar producing state in India is correct, it is UP, Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is the largest sugar producing state in India. Sugar output rises 31% to 142.7 lakh tons. Country's sugar output rose by 31% to 142.7 lakh tons in the first 3.5 months of the 2021 marketing year that started in October. The production in India, the second largest sugar producing country, had recorded 108.9 lakh tons till January 15 of 2019-20 marketing year. Okay, so India is a very strong, powerful sugar producing nation in the world. India has got a buffer of 60 lakh tons to get exported. The government cleared the export recently. We discussed all those things earlier. Now we shall move on to the next question from me. Yoweri Museveni, one of Africa's longest serving presidents, has been re-elected for a 6th term in office recently. He has been the president of dash since 1986. He has been the president of Nigeria or Rwanda or Uganda or Burkina Faso or Ethiopia. Yoweri Museveni is the president of, 6-time president of which country? That is a question. Let more responses come. Let more responses come. I got only 1 or 2. Quickly, let more responses come. Yes, let more responses come. Yoweri Museveni is the president of Uganda. In this connection, you should know another name, Bobby Wine. Bobby Wine, the former raga singer, posed stiff battle to Yoweri Museveni in the elections. Elections in Uganda were suspicious of being rigged. So, the answer is Uganda. Continue. Question number 8. Name the country or countries that has or have not been given invitation to participate in the proceedings of the upcoming G7 summit in UK as a guest country or countries. So, what is the answer? Which country has not been given an invitation? Choices are Australia, South Korea, India, South Africa, or is it that all the countries are invited? Yes, it is true. The fourth option is correct. Australia, South Korea and India are invited as guests to the G7 summit. G stands for group. G7 means group of rich countries. Which are those countries? From the American continent it is USA and Canada, from Asia it is Japan, and from Europe it is England, France, Germany and Italy. So these 7 countries make the G7 or group of 7 rich nations. Their latest summit is going to be held in UK sometime in July, and India, Australia and South Korea are given invitation to participate in the meeting as a guest nation. Question number 9. This was perhaps the first time in the history of Indian Railways that so many trains were flagged off for one destination. The above statement was made by the Indian Prime Minister when he flagged off 8 trains from Kevadia. Where is Kevadia located? 8 trains were flagged off in a single day. Where is Kevadia located? Correct. The Kevadia is in Gujarat, where we can see the Statue of Unity located. Statue of Unity is the statue of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of India. So Gujarat is the place where you can see where Kevadia is located. Gujarat